Than the diversity lottery program have prevented fellow Saipov from getting into this country where he was radicalized. To help us better understand the immigration reforms the president is now looking for, I'm joined by Michael Wiles. He's the managing partner with the immigration law firm of Wiles and Weinberg. He also teaches business immigration law at Benjamin Cardozo School of Law. Thanks so much for coming in.
Pleasure. Thank you, Marvin.
Would Saipov have been rejected in this country if there was a system other than the diversity system, if it was a merit system?
He was vetted and came through. The problem with Saipov was he radicalized well after he got the green card. He could have, Marvin, gotten a green card based on a marriage to an American citizen, and we'd still be facing the death of 8 souls in America. The diversity lottery system, in all truth, is being scapegoated here. The diversity lottery system was set up in a way to countermand that we have such nationals coming from large pockets of the world, and we want to put a little more spice in the melting pot by making sure that we have representation from other countries. And because we have not fixed holistically our immigration system, the diversity lottery program, which looks foolish, giving 50,000 green cards at the end of the year looks like a waste when there's such quality people waiting to get green cards.
So what is it that the president's trying to change?
Well,
Well,
I'm just saying that because we have a quantitative and a qualitative quota system that was put up generations ago, the lottery system is part of that scheme. And until we change the entire process to take one part of it out or to scapegoat it, this guy radicalized after he got his green card, not because he got a lottery green card.
But he's also responsible, because of getting in here, of bringing 23 other people into this country.
Very good point. And that is, by the way, part of the beauty of our immigration system. Foreign nationals become Americans. They employ Americans. They're the greatest entrepreneurs and risk takers that our founding fathers till this date have. And by allowing family members to bring in their loved ones, they're not only better workers and more motivated, but they then take stock and they root deep into America. We cannot scapegoat foreigners because of a dastardly deed that somebody did. And until we change the immigration system into something that's more productive, we're not going to allow our elected officials to just scare people. That's just not appropriate in this day and age.
The diversity system goes back. It was approved back in 1990, and there were 2 further attempts to rescind that and go back to the merit system, which is not the dominant system that's in place right now.
So we have both, again, a qualitative and quantitative, and I teach this at Cardozo Law School. People can get temporary visas. They can apply for permanent residence. At the end of the year, again, we wanted to add a little more spice to the melting pot. We don't have a lot of people coming from Switzerland, from New Zealand, and we want to make sure that we encourage that. Look, if I had a magic wand and I could create new immigration laws, I would not be doing the things that we're doing. Marvin, we do not have a good sense of the entrepreneurial tool that immigration is. We have scores of foreign students that are the world's next talent that we're educating. They pay tuition, and then we compete against them because we don't onboard them properly. I just completed writing a manuscript on a lot of our defectors. We don't have systems in place to encourage diplomats a few miles away from the studio to defect properly, or whistleblowers or cooperators to end the war on terrorism by using immigration effectively. That's the problem that we have here. And the president is well-intended, but he's looking at this wrong. This guy radicalized after he got the green card. And the number one problem we have in our nation now is not our immigration system. The number one problem we have is that we are not stopping or stemming the radicalization. 91% of all those arrested post 9/11 for terrorism were individuals who were citizens, permanent residents. They were radicalized. These are individuals that have to be encouraged somehow to get into our system, and we have to monitor them through intelligence services and otherwise, and not through out the tools.
We've been hearing so much about immigration. We talk about walls. We talk about banning Muslims from certain countries from coming in here. As a specialist in immigration who has testified before Congress, what ways would you see to reform immigration to make this country much more secure?
I think that we have to kind of pull the lens back, Marvin, when it comes to our immigration systems. We have to create avenues to get the world's talent, to ferret people out. Building walls will stop bad people from coming in. It worked in Jerusalem. I'm a former mayor. I went there when I was mayor, and I met with the mayor of Jerusalem, and I see it. It's effective. But at the same time, we have 13 million people here. Terror cells have rooted themselves deep, deep. And we can't play politics with this. We have sanctuary cities and stacking conditions, the result of deafening silence in Washington, where tenants and landlords are creating illegal tenancies, putting first responders in harm's way.
The bottom line?
Bottom line is you have to revamp the entire immigration system so you stop the bad guys with these fakakta walls. But at the same time, domestically, we need to turn those 13 million people onto the rolls, into the systems, and make America great with our beautiful diversity that our founding fathers enveloped. And that is, America is a huge melting pot of people of all accents, whether they pray on a Friday, a Saturday, or a Sunday. And we can't afford to get this wrong.
Michael Wilds, thank you so
Pleasure.
much.
Thank you.
Appreciate your insight. We take a break. We come back. We'll be talking about